Hello everyone, you're welcome to our first online event. Today we are going to be discussing the poultry business, the secret codes of the poultry business. The poultry business is the production of poultry and poultry products. It has a very wide value chain, from the hatcheries with the production of day-old chicks, to feed mills producing poultry feed, to farmers producing broiler chickens, and other farmers producing table eggs for consumption. So if you look at the history of poultry business in Nigeria, it started a very long time ago, but it became commercially known as a big business in Nigeria in the early 2000s, when our then President Olusegun Obasanjo banned the importation of poultry products, both live and frozen chicken. So that opened up the industry, and a lot of people, a lot of us came into it, and we have been in it since then. In poultry business, your running cost is relatively high, but your return on investment is also very good. You can get as high as 34% returns on investment monthly on your operational costs. So before we go into the details, let me just introduce myself. So I am Dr. Jeremiah Oghenekaro Ukwenu. I am the Chief Promoter, J1st Mobile Chicken, and I have 20 years of experience both on the field and academically in poultry production. My poultry experience started back in 2004 when we have a backyard poultry producing broilers at home. From there, my interest was kindled up, and I decided to go further to understand the poultry dynamics, the poultry production indices, by gaining academic knowledge. So in doing that, I went to the College of Agriculture and Animal Science, where I had National Diploma in Animal Production and Animal Health. And then I also went further to do Higher National Diploma, HND, where I did Animal Production and Health Technology. Afterwards, I served my country, and then I went further back to school to study veterinary medicine, where I got the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, DVM, from the prestigious university, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria, the #1 veterinary vet school in all of West Africa. Currently, I'm running my master's program in physiology. Physiology is the study of how things work, how the poultry system operates, how the living things operate. So if you understand how these things work, it will be easy for you to know how to make a business out of it. So I'm currently doing my master's in physiology at the Department of Physiology, Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Ahmadu Bello University Zaria. And we intend to do a research where we want to produce an indigenous probiotic that is adapted to the Nigerian environment and tropical Africa, to further help us in our productivity for both broiler birds, in giving you heavyweight chickens in the shortest period of time, and also for more egg production in your layer birds. So for today, our discussion is going to be focused majorly on the layer farming for egg production. As we know, the demand for egg in Nigeria is very high, and there is a scarcity in terms of production because of several factors: economic factor, weather conditions, and so many other factors that is making it difficult for egg production in Nigeria. But you also know that the population of the world is growing. The world currently is over 8 billion people, and Nigeria is boasting of close to 300 million people. So therefore, these people must eat. And protein, as you know, is life. You need protein for sustenance of life. You need protein for everything you do. And how do we get this protein? if you ask people that go to the market, especially the ladies and your wives, for those of us that are married, you know that poultry is one of the cheapest source of protein, table eggs and broiler chickens. So with this in mind, you should know that the poultry business has a good potential, has a strong market that will enable any businessman to grow his financial capacity. So if you have some money in your bank account, or you are thinking of which business you should go into right now, coming from a professional that knows, I'm going to say you go into the poultry business. In the poultry business, you have the ability to raise your operational costs and get a returns on your investment monthly of over 34%. In your layer farm, your birds will lay for you for 1 year, 6 months profitably. And at the end of a single production cycle, you can boast of over 150% returns on your investment. So, what do you think? Do you think the poultry business is worth going into? Of course, there are a lot of myths and misunderstanding going out there about poultry business. Some say, it's risky. Some say, you have this. Some say, all these are excuses. A farm in India recently published a return on a production cycle of over 2,300% on their investment. Here in Nigeria, you can boast of over 150% on the return of your investment. So why do people say poultry is difficult? Why do people say poultry is risky? It's because they don't know how. And when you don't know how, you have just prepared yourself to fail. A lot of us jump into the poultry industry. You start farming simply because you have money or because you see other people doing it, but you don't have the necessary professional support. You don't have the business that is organized for this purpose to support you, to grow you, to prepare you for this wonderful investment vehicle. So now I ask you again, which business can you do right now in Nigeria that will give you 150% return with our current inflation rate in consideration? Right now, the cost of things is very high in the market. Even in the poultry industry, cost of chicks are high, cost of feeds are high. But if you produce correctly, you are going to make your profit, you are going to make your capital back, and you are going to have over 35% return on your investment monthly. And by the end of your production, you have over 150% returns on your investment. So, that is what we want to talk about today. Today, I want to introduce to you the poultry business. Poultry business is a thriving business. It's a business that you can do and then you scale. It's a business of scale. If you really want to get big in any business, in any choice of business, you need to look at the chances of scalability. Scalability will mean, can this business grow? How big can you go? And how many people out there are in need of your product? So if you ask me, virtually everybody eats chicken, everybody eats egg. So the market and the demand for chicken and egg is exponentially high, year on year. But sadly, there are no farmers, there are no business people that will give us the investment, that will grow the farms, that will supply this high growing demand for protein, for food in Nigeria and for Africa. If you look at our neighboring country, Niger Republic and Chad, the amount of eggs that they consume is mind-blowing, and they all troop into the country to come and buy these eggs. I personally, for one, I'm in the business, I'm in the poultry industry, and we send trailer loads of eggs. A trailer load of eggs is about 16,000 crates. We send it through across the border to Niger and other neighboring countries almost every day, almost regularly. Because why? In those countries, in their Sahara region, they cannot produce poultry effectively because of the weather challenge. The weather there is harsh, the weather there is extreme. But alas, here in Nigeria, we have a favorable weather, even though it could be harsh at times, but it can be dealt with the right knowledge, with the right tool, with the right setup, with the right planning, with the right management. You can have a functional poultry farm that will produce eggs for you and even the rest of West Africa. So now I ask again, do you think that poultry business is for you? Now, if you are the fearful type, you are the type that listens to people, you are the type that doesn't study wide, you are the type that doesn't pay for consultancy, you are the type that want to do it yourself, well, poultry might not really be for you. Poultry is for people that value their investment, people that want to supply the food requirement of Nigerians. The demand is huge. Every day people are looking for eggs to eat. Your kids want to go to school, they have to eat egg. The transporters, people that ride bikes and keke napepes, they don't have time to cook at home. So they go to their meshai joint and they want to eat egg and bread and tea. The demand is so wide. So this video, this event, this broadcast is aimed at encouraging you and letting you know that the poultry business is a viable sector that needs people to come into it. You have to come in with your resources. You have to be dedicated and you grow. And my brother, everyone out there, poultry business pays. I'm telling you from experience. I said it earlier in the start of this broadcast that I have over 20 years of experience because I got into this business since the year 2004. And since then, I've grown academically and I have all the academic know-how and the professional background for me to tell you today that poultry business is the best business to invest your money in right now in Nigeria. You can check. You can fact check. Check out farms that are doing the correct things. Farms that have the right veterinary consultants consulting for them. Farms that have a business model. Farms that have a business plan. So when you want to come into the poultry business, you must have a plan. You must have a program. You must have a target. You must have a mission. Now briefly, I'm just going to tell you the basic requirements for starting a poultry business. Our focus is the egg production for layers. Your basic requirement for starting the poultry business is 1, land. As we all know from our basic economics in school, factors of production, number 1 is land. And when we say land, I don't just mean the expanse of land, the space. We're also talking about your location. Where are you located in Nigeria? Where is your location? Your location plays a very big role in poultry. You need to have a land. And in siting your farm, there are some things you have to consider in choosing your location, in choosing your land. First, you need to consider the size of the land. You need to also consider the access road. Is that area accessible? Is that area open? You have to consider all that. And then you have to look at expandability. Once you start now, because I'm sure you don't have all the money in the world. Once you start now and then you begin to grow, is there room for acquisition of more lands, of more space within this area of your location? All these borders on land. The next important factor of production for a successful poultry business is the most important actually, it's capital. Capital. Truth be told, a good poultry business is capital intensive. You need capital to start a farm. with our current rate of inflation in Nigeria and Africa, you need a huge sum of money to start your farm. So when you have your land, you have your capital, then the next factor you should consider is your management. In school, we call it labor, basic economics, labor as a factor of production. But I am going to call it management, because it's not just about mere labor. You need different category of labor. You need semi-skilled labor, unskilled labor, and skilled labor. Professionals that have the experience, that have the CV, that have all it takes to start your farm, to run it, and make you a progressive farmer. Later on, I'm going to talk about being a progressive farmer. The whole aim of poultry business is for becoming a progressive farmer. A farmer that starts with 1,000 birds, for instance, and over a couple of years, will now boast of 10,000 birds. A farmer that starts with 10,000 birds and over a couple of years will now boast of 500,000 birds, 1 million birds. It's all possible. It's all possible with the right business plan, with the right information, with the right people in your management team. You can achieve this and become a progressive farmer. So these are the basic things that you need for you to come into the poultry business. This other one is a bonus point. Psychological understanding of yourself. You have to know yourself. The great philosopher Socrates says, know thyself. Knowing yourself is very key even in poultry business. You have to know yourself in the sense that if you are the type that gets too worried and too anxious, you have to check that. You have to work on that, because in poultry, we have this factor they call uncertainty. Some things can go wrong even when you have done everything correctly. For instance, weather, extreme weather condition. The past 4 or 5 weeks in Nigeria, especially in Kaduna and places like the east, the weather has been extremely hot, with temperatures rising to as high as 37 degrees centigrade. So in such conditions, the birds might be stressed, and then they might begin to have some changes in performance and even some mortality. So if you are the type that is so anxious, that gets so worried, that gets so disturbed, you may have a hard time dealing with times like that. But you see, all these things with good planning, with good strategy, with good construction of your infrastructure, all these things can be well managed. So you have to know yourself. Then you have to be sure of your capital base. And then as soon as the money begins to come in, as soon as your money starts coming in, you should also learn to save up for rainy days like this. If possible, have an insurance cover. Although that is not a big practice here in Nigeria so far. So the bottom line is about profitability. So I'm here to announce to you that the poultry business, egg production, is one of the most profitable business available right now in Nigeria. Reason being, increase in supply with decrease, increase in demand with decrease in supply. A lot of farmers shut down. Since the year 2000, when we had the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of farmers had shut down. Since our government changed and the policies became somehow a bit harsh, a lot of middle-class farmers, backyard farmers, they have all shut down. So now, for you to make money in the poultry industry, you have to come in as a big player. You have to come in as a real-time investor, meaning your business. And you have to use the right professionals. So here at J1st Mobile Chicken, we are set up for businesses like that. We are set up to prepare investors to come into the poultry business, where we are going to guide them. Our promise in J1st Mobile Chicken is being with you from start. That's our promise. We will be with you from start to an unending finish. And when we say unending finish, we're trying to say we're going to make you a progressive farmer, where you grow from capacity to capacity and you become a giant in your locality. So, poultry business is the business of the season. It's the business that you are sure of right now, that it will give you 34%, 34% minimum monthly on your operational cost. And factors that will affect your returns on investment include market prices. Sometimes, based on season, the price can go high, and other seasons, the price might just drop a little. Like for now, we're in the hot season. In the hot season, prices of egg came down a bit. But if you check back, December last year, October last year, August last year, September last year, the price of eggs were at its peak. And based on the pattern, once the rains come in, going into the ember months afterwards, the price will also go up. So all these things affect your return on investment. So when we say 35%, we're telling you the barest minimum return on investment on your monthly operational cost. When we say 150% after a production cycle is a period of 2 years. 150% is your barest minimum. I mentioned earlier of a farm in India that recorded 2,300% return on investment. So what else can affect our returns? Our cost of management. You have to look at your cost of feed. You have to look at your cost of input. You have to try to reduce your overall expenses on labor and healthcare without compromising the safety of your birds. So, if your cost is well managed, if you don't indulge your farm in a lot of excessive, unnecessary expenses, even staffing. Some people do a lot of unnecessary staffing, where you have redundant staff. At the end of the day, it is your profit margin that will be reduced. So the poultry business is a dynamic one. It requires careful study, careful understanding of what is happening, of how it runs. So another factor that increases your return on investment is the efficiency of your production. When we say efficiency, we say, what is your feed conversion rate like? What is the water availability and intake like? How does your feed conversion rate, water availability, environmental condition, how do they impact on your productivity? How many percent production do you have? From our study, we have come to find out that once you have 55 to 60% production, the farm can run itself. It can pay for its expenses. But for profitability, we expect you to hit 85% to 90%. I have seen a farm that have reached 93% production before. But with 85%, even 80%, you are sure of a very high return on your investment. So what do you say? Do you want to go into this business? Do you have what it takes? Are you an investor? Are you an entrepreneur? This video is aimed at reaching out to investors, entrepreneurs, hustlers, business-minded people out there in Nigeria that want to turn their money into gold, that wants to turn their resources into gold. I once made a video where I mentioned that egg money now, egg money is the new equivalent for oil money. Because for a single piece of egg, there's a profit margin to it. And the chickens will keep laying this egg every day. It takes 27 hours, 26 hours, 30 minutes to be precise, for a chicken, for a layer to produce an egg. So imagine every day, one chicken is virtually passing out money. In the Nigerian terms, they will say your bird is shitting money every blessed day, on an average of 5 eggs in 7 days, or 2 eggs in 3 days. So you have a very high chance of making what? Money. So this video is aimed at, motivating those that are out there. They want to do business. You don't know which business to do. You have capital, so much money lying there in your account. The money in your account is losing value daily. Every day there is inflation. Every day there is increase in the cost of materials and items. Your money in your bank account is becoming worthless daily. So what is the way out? I'm saying this to you. What you do is get your money to work for you. Put your money into production. And if you're asking, what can I produce? I, Dr. Jerry, is telling you right now, produce eggs. Come into what? The poultry business. With our guidance, we're going to help you to produce eggs. We're going to help you to discover your market. We're going to help you to control your disease, and we're going to help you to grow your investment. And then in a matter of a couple of years, you come on our platform and testify. You're going to call your friends, your families, your neighbor to all come and invest in the poultry business. Yes, there is a lot of hardship going on out there, but I can tell you for sure that I know that big poultry farmers are cashing out big time. They are making real money out there. I have a couple of them. I will not want to mention names for privacy sake, but farmers are making money out there. So, are you ready to invest in poultry? If you are ready to invest in poultry, then we're calling on to you. Contact us at J1st Mobile Chicken. J1st Mobile Chicken is a business that is organized and designed solely for poultry farmers for the production of edible proteins, chicken and egg. The company was registered with Corporate Affairs Commissions in the year 2011, and since then we have been studying the poultry sector and the livestock industry. We have gone through the ups and downs of this industry, and I'm here to announce to you that the tides have turned. Now is the time to invest again in poultry. And if you are a farmer that had a bad experience and you have shut down your farm, I will say congratulations to you, because you still have your structure. So with your structure, it is easy. All we need to do is to come up, clean it up, disinfect it, prepare it, and bring you back on board for profitability, for production. And if you are someone out there that is thinking right now, what is Dr. Jerry saying? What is all this? What is it about production? Ask yourself, when last do you eat egg? Do people eat egg around you? If you eat egg and people around you eat egg, then poultry business is for you. You should consider starting a farm. So contact Dr. Jerry, myself, and the company J1st Mobile Chicken to see how we can prepare a business plan, a poultry business plan for you, suited to you, to your level of exposure, to your level of finance. And you know one beautiful thing about poultry? You can start it with whatever resources you have. All right? You can start from 50 birds. I currently know a friend of mine, he started his poultry production with just 50 birds. And as we speak today, he has over 25,000 birds here in Kaduna. He owns over 3 trailers that he used to run business. And he does a lot of other things from his poultry returns. So as I bring this broadcast to a close, one word: investment. 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 I am strong on investment. If you invest, you will reap. Even the religious book, the Bible, I'm a Christian, it says, when you sow, you will reap. But if you don't sow, if you don't invest, gradually you will beg. So you don't have to beg. It's easy. Even your backyard, you can start from your backyard. You can start from the little space you have out there. You can start from that small money you have in your bank account. While we help you grow to a level where your farm will run your life in terms of financial stability. So, poultry business, once again, as I conclude, is the business of today. Is the business of today. When you come into this business, it will help you grow. It will feed you. It will feed your family. It will buy you cars. It will buy your houses. I am a living witness. All right? So, what is your take today? To get started, contact us. Our number will be placed on the comment section. Our email will also be there. And you can also come to us on direct DM on the Facebook Messenger, where we'll discuss plans that are tailored to you. We'll give you the key ingredients, secret codes for success in the poultry industry. Our head office is currently located in Kaduna, Nigeria, Shop 15 JNI Shopping Complex, Ali Akilu Road, Signboard, Kaduna. But we operate nationwide. We have sources all around the world, all around the country. For production timelines, if you are starting with day old, just as a small summary, the production timeline is 6 months, 5 to 6 months, your egg will begin to come. But if you cannot wait that long, no problem. We're going to supply you quality point of lay birds. When you buy a point of lay bird, it comes to your farm, it stabilizes within 3 to 4 weeks, and then boom, it starts giving you egg. So the choice is yours, depending on your capital, depending on your level of exposure, depending on your location. When you come in, we're going to program it for you. We're going to give you a tailored design. All right? And for those of you that don't think you have the heart to start a farm, you can also still come into the business. The whole essence of producing layers is to produce eggs for the market. So along the value chain, you can come into the sale of eggs. We can supply you quality table eggs nationwide, no matter your location. Are you in Port Harcourt? Are you in Warri? Are you in Owerri? Are you in Auchi? Are you in Yobe? Are you in Maiduguri? Even Niger, we supply them quality fresh eggs. Are you in Abuja? We do Abuja supply very frequently. So we don't have excuse. It's not about the government. It's not about the president. It's about you making a decision for yourself. It's about you making a decision for your life, and I would say also for your generation yet to come. So thank you for your time. Thank you for joining this broadcast. We appreciate you. Please like this video, make your comments, ask your questions in the comment sections, and also share the video. Share it to your friends, share it on your timeline, share it on the different platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm sure it's going to be helpful. Going forward, we're going to be preparing and packaging more information on successful poultry business, how to become a progressive farmer. So, J1st Mobile Chicken is the company. You can like our page, you can recommend our page, you can give us a review on the page, and you will grow with us as we help you multiply your wealth. Thank you for watching.